Okay, I just finished watching Steins Gate and Steins Gate Zero, and let me tell you, I put it in the upper echelon of anime. This anime is pretty legit. It's pretty old. I think it came out in 2011, the original, and then Steins Gate Zero was 2018. I think if I looked it up and found the correct information. Um, so for me, I think that's the oldest anime I've watched so far because I'm still fairly new. But yeah, I would definitely recommend it if you haven't seen it. It's 24 episodes, tells a nice story in a concise manner. And then there's another 24 episodes for Steins Gate Zero, which adds a little additional information, which I'll get into in a little bit. But yeah, it's really good. So the premise is you've got this guy Okabe. He and his friends accidentally find out a way to time travel essentially by sending text messages through this like microwave phone hybrid. It's pretty silly, but it's interesting, and because I time travel is just an interesting concept to me, and so it follows their adventure through using this machine, seeing the ramifications of their actions, and it also follows like it mixes some pretty heavy theming in there, like PTSD, which I will also get into in a little bit, um, and just kind of like human nature in general. I just love how well told of a story it is in such a short amount of time. Like 24 episodes is nothing, and it leaves such for me at least, it left a huge impact on me. Like really, every episode made me like think about something. Like which I like shows that make me think. I like shows that don't make me think too, but every once in a while you get the gears going, and it kind of like awakens something within you, I think. So yeah, so it just follows their journey through um this time traveling stuff. I'm gonna get into spoilers here, by the way. um and the story starts out, they're at this conference. Okabe steps out, he finds the dead body of this girl, sends a text message to his buddy. Then he finds out like, oh, like she's not dead now. Like what happened? And then so it's kind of revealed later on that Okabe is the only one in this universe, at least speculated to be the only one, that has this ability where he can remember um events that have happened in another timeline. And his memories just carry over, so he knows something that has happened before or something that like will happen, and he tries to use that information to like save his friends or change an outcome of something. It's pretty cool. So using these text messages, they each of his friends end up changing something that they think is minor within their life, and he lets them. He doesn't see like why that would cause any harm. They're just changing this one little thing. And then, throughout the story, it just obviously dives into the butterfly effect where, these little things have all pile up and they do matter. And then on top of that, they've basically broken ground on time travel. So obviously, you know, people are going to find out about this, and there's government agencies coming after him. There's secret organizations coming after them. Throughout the story, some of the friends get killed. He goes back in time many, many times to try to save everyone. That is like kind of the whole gist of I would say maybe the second half of the story. He's just spends all his time trying to save everyone. He wants everyone to live. He needs to find Steins Gate, the perfect timeline. And then um, through that, he has to witness his friends die many, many, many times. And through this, he goes through like these depressive states. He definitely has PTSD. Like he even mentions at a point he's seen one of his friends die so many times that he let her die just so he could see what time it would be at, so he knew how to take action the next time she dies. It is like it's pretty messed up. Um, so those are like the major events, I guess, that kind of push the plot along. It's his way, like, where can I find the perfect timeline? And throughout the story, he figures out he really can't. He's in the alpha world line, and he needs to shift over to the beta world line to in order to then find that perfect timeline. And so he has to reverse all of these emails that he sent, and he has to reverse each and every one of them until he finally gets back to the start. And then from there, he has to continue to figure out, like, okay, well, how can I get to the perfect timeline now? And that's where the story almost felt a kind of rushed, I guess. The last 4 or 5 episodes really picks up, and then the story does end where he gets to the perfect timeline, and then that's where Steins Gate Zero comes in. So this was like a sequel that was released. Again, I didn't look much into this; I just watched it, but it's a sequel that was released like years later, and it shows you more of the events leading up to him getting to the perfect timeline. So, in the last episode, or second to last episode, he goes back in time, can't save Karisu, and then he goes back again and frames it so that his old self believes that she's dead. But in Steins Gate Zero, it follows the events where he goes back once and then he gives up. He doesn't go back the second time. And all these events that happen in Steins Gate Zero show you his adventure in order to push himself in order to go back that second time to go to the Steins Gate timeline. And there in Steins Gate Zero, there's a lot more I don't want to say campiness actually, but like slice of life type stuff, I guess you could say. So there's some more like lighthearted stuff mixed in there. It's not as like a serious of a tone as the original. So I don't think it's absolutely necessary to watch it, but it is if you want to have a little bit more detail. And so for me, that was fine. Like, I don't regret watching it or anything. I think it does add a lot, but there is some stuff in there where it's kind of just like, okay, like, it's just like fleshing out some characters more and like some of their relationships and stuff like that. So yeah, overall, Steins Gate, I feel like I would put this in like the S tier category for anime. I really do think this is it was really good. Again, the fact that they can tell this incredible story within 24 episodes was very impressive to me. And yeah, that's all I got for this one. So thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.